to the NSIP conference for the third year in a run because I really like the opportunity to meet other people who are involved in NSIP projects, share experience, meet new contacts and get lots of practical top tips about the NSIP process and how we can make it easier for our clients.
I think today for us it's important because we need to get a feel for the pipeline of projects that are coming through. I'm particularly interested in what's going on at Highways England and potentially Network Rail because we're working on the Crossrail 2 project now.
We're here to learn, understand what's going on, understand the relevance of any new legislation, but of course also to network because all of the people here, and it's a fantastic audience, they represent a potential client base for us, potential contacts, and that really represents the key value we'll get out of being here today.
Having events like this where we all come together looking at all different types of national infrastructure projects, we're all working to the same regime and to the same regulations even though we come from lots of different industries, so it's critical to get lots of people together to share experiences.
I'm attending today's conference to really hear and share lessons learned with other applicants and actually to receive some very useful advice from regulatory bodies such as the Planning Inspectorate and also Natural England and the MMO.
It's a great networking event. There's a really good mix of clients and consultants here and most importantly the decision makers.
I think the balance between getting a consent that's sufficiently flexible but also is detailed enough to give you the consent you need and to get on and build it is really a crucial question, and I've been very interested hearing today from Angus Walker and Simone Wilding from the Planning Inspectorate talking about just that.
I think the Planning Inspectorate side of things was particularly interesting. But also anything that helps with the preparation for examination and the way we need to respond to that process.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow now when we start talking about actual delivery of projects and get into some of the nitty-gritty of what's happening on the ground.
So it really is a whole gamut of people who are concerned about and involved in the planning, delivery and consenting of nationally significant infrastructure projects. Consultancies, promoters of DCO projects, local authorities are represented.
Scottish Power Renewables is currently about to start the implementation of our East Anglia 1 offshore wind farm. I'd say one of the key challenges is ensuring that enabling works were captured appropriately in our development consent order and also a flexibility to make changes to the application. So we've gone through the non-material change process and very keen to make sure that that process is time-bound in the future.
Certainly timescale and programme, the intensity and the pace once they are up and running is pretty considerable. And I think from a team perspective, operating as a coordinated team, orchestrating and communicating properly with each other, is critical to make sure the project runs well.
There's an awful lot of advice I think is probably needed if you're starting the process. I think if I had to pick one, it would probably be in relation to consultation. Get your stakeholders on board early and continue to talk to them throughout the process, and it will make life a whole lot easier.
My one piece of advice to people starting the process would be get yourselves organised because it's a fairly demanding process. So having the right team in place, having the right people and the processes in place is really important.
I would say to somebody starting the process, take your time and put in place a strategy at the beginning. Sit down, think about what you're trying to achieve, where you want to be, what your timescales are. Think about getting the right team in place and make sure you've done that. And then really work through and make sure that your project works through with that strategy.